Little book. Thanks, Robin. When you think of stained glass, you probably picture those old stately windows in churches, right? Well, we're about to put stained glass in an entirely new light when we meet a glass artist Mark Coburg visited in Hartford, Connecticut, who is totally redefining the craft.
Get the ideas for the...
Some say the early morning light is the best. But whatever the time of day, the work of glass artist Dennis Peabody glitters.
Dennis, the thing I like most about your studio is that it has a new personality every few minutes. All the stained glass, for example, was completely different when we first arrived.
The nature of the light changes, and not only on an hour-to-hour basis, but seasonally they change also. In the winter, the light is at a lower angle and things look different, and different times of year, everything has a different nature.
Things are always changing in the work that Dennis creates. He is known for his use of dichroic glass, which both reflects light and transmits it.
I like that quality about it that is special and magical. I like the fact that it's relatively rare, and yet it's not so expensive that it becomes prohibitive for me. I mean, I think if I weren't working with dichroic glass, I would be working with opals and gems, at least for the jewelry. I'm using it in a way that I've pioneered and I've learned how to do just by working. So there's something about the challenge of a new material to me that fulfills that need for me to be experimenting.
The challenge of the unexplored also guides the Hartford, Connecticut man's life. Computers used to be his job and glass was his hobby. Now the two are reversed, but computers still play a big part in his life. He has created a process that allows him to incorporate photos and other pieces of two-dimensional art into the old world craft of glass.
Tell me about this room, because I know it's a very special place in this hospital.
Yeah, we're in the Connecticut Children's Medical Center, which is a new children's hospital in Hartford, about 1 year old, and I was commissioned to do these stained glass windows. And I've used some of the techniques I showed you in my studio, where I have inputted pictures of children to create these images through my computer and using sandblasting. And these are 3 theme windows of tomorrow, family, and hope.
So it's a child's vision of the future and of hope.
Interpreted through my eyes, right. People look in mirrors and they either see something they like or they don't like, usually depending on just your attitude and how you feel. But I've had people say that when they look in my mirrors, they see only the happy side of that.
When Dennis Peabody looks in the mirror, he sees an artist still changing and learning. Somewhere he knows what the right pieces look like, but like any creative mind, he's still working on the perfect fit.
I don't always know, but there's something about that unknown that I just delve into and trust that somewhere in there is a piece that's going to fit. Sometimes you have to create the piece to fit. But most often there's a piece that works.
While Dennis works on his special windows and art pieces, it's his jewelry that pays the bills. He sells beautiful pieces like this from his shop and from a few select jewelry stores in the Hartford area. Aren't they pretty? Coming up next, get out your grout for the final stages of our arts and crafts table.